Looking at the top of our product sheet, you'll see the target for today. Product 12, an aloe vera hand sanitizer gel. This formulation is designed to kill 99.9% of germs while keeping the skin moisturized. To get started, let's review the required equipment section here. You'll need a digital weighing scale, a measuring cylinder, a mixing bowl, a funnel, your final pump or flip-top bottles, and a stirring spoon. Gathering and sanitizing these specific tools beforehand ensures you can work without interruption. This strict preparation is the baseline for creating a commercial-grade product safe for repeated skin contact. Scaling this formula for commercial production requires precise weight measurements rather than estimated volumes. We'll be working out the exact math for a standard 1 kilogram batch. Focusing on the batch table, you need 200 grams aloe vera gel, 700 grams 70% ethyl alcohol, and 30 grams vegetable glycerin. Rounding out the formula, 10 grams carbomer, 5 grams triethylenamine, 5 grams each of preservative and fragrance, and 45 grams distilled water. Locking in these exact weights guarantees that the final sanitizer will effectively kill bacteria without causing chemical burns or skin damage. Directing our attention to the Step 1 graphic, we begin by preparing fresh aloe leaves. Wash them thoroughly, remove the thick green outer skin, and scoop out the clear inner gel. Step 2 requires taking that raw gel and blending it until completely smooth. Once blended, you must pass the liquid through a fine strainer. If you skip straining, large, unblended fibers will remain in the mixture. Passing it through the mesh ensures the final sanitizer base is completely uniform. For Step 3, measure exactly 200 grams of strained aloe gel into a clean beaker and thoroughly stir in the 30 grams of vegetable glycerin. Blending these two humectants first creates a strong moisturizing foundation. This step prevents the high volume of alcohol we add next from drying out the hands. For Step 4, begin pouring 700 grams of 70% ethyl alcohol into the mixture. Pour this slowly while maintaining a constant stir to integrate the liquids entirely. To transform this thin liquid into a usable gel requires carbomer 940, our primary thickening agent. For Step 5, take 10 grams of carbomer powder, sprinkling it lightly across the liquid surface. Mix it in gradually. Dumping the powder all at once will cause stubborn clumps to form. Right now, your beaker holds all the necessary active ingredients to sanitize hands. The mixture remains an unthickened liquid. It needs a specific catalyst to trigger the gelling process. Looking at the instruction for Step 6, we introduce triethylamine. This acts as a pH adjuster that neutralizes the carbomer and initiates the structural change. You must add the 5 grams of triethylamine strictly drop by drop. Pouring it quickly breaks the chemical bonds, ruining the texture of the entire batch. Watch the liquid closely. The moment each drop makes contact, the thin liquid will instantly tighten and thicken into a suspended gel structure. Controlling the speed of this reaction by maintaining a steady, patient pace ensures you produce a smooth, consistent sanitizer that holds its shape on the skin. With the gel formed, Step 7 requires folding in 5 grams of phenoxyethanol as a preservative, along with 5 grams of your chosen fragrance or essential oil. For Step 8, pour in exactly 45 grams of distilled water. Stir this until uniform, bringing your total batch weight exactly to the 1 kilogram target. Checking the quality tips section at the bottom, Step 9 requires testing the mixture with a pH strip. You need the reading to fall right between 6.0 and 6.5, so it remains safe for human skin. Finally, for Step 10, transfer the finished gel into clean holding containers. Let the product sit completely undisturbed for 12 to 24 hours. This mandatory resting phase allows the chemical bonds to fully stabilize. Trapped air introduced during mixing will slowly rise and escape, leaving a clear, commercial-grade product. Reviewing the packaging section, there are 4 recommended container options for dispensing the finished sanitizer. Depending on your market, you can use large pump bottles holding between 250 and 500 milliliters, standard flip-top bottles, squeeze tubes, or small pocket bottles down to 30 milliliters. Selecting clean, durable, and properly sealed packaging keeps the alcohol from evaporating, securing the product's shelf life and ensuring it functions correctly for the end user. Looking at the costing example for our 1 kilogram batch, you can see the raw materials, packaging, and labor costs laid out. The key metric is the estimated gross profit per unit, highlighted at the bottom, demonstrating a healthy margin on the initial production cost. To source the raw materials required for this batch, or to purchase complete starter kits, you can reach out directly via email to thinksmartph@google.com. In our next tutorial, we will walk through the specific ingredient ratios and mixing steps to formulate an aloe vera body scrub. Mastering this strict 10-step process gives you a proven clinical-grade sanitizer formulation, providing the exact foundation you need to build and scale a profitable personal care business.